NFL season is almost here. September 1st, right? September 1st, September 2nd is that Thursday game.
I think it's September
Chiefs.
7th.
When is the first game?
I'm pretty sure it's September 8th.
NFL first game of the season. Doot. This would have been good to prep before. September 5th.
Oh, we were both wrong.
We were
I was
both
closer,
wrong.
though.
September 8th is the first Sunday weekend. NFL season predictions. It's around prediction time. We're going to go through every division winner, also give out some wild card teams that we think are going to make the playoffs, and then give our Super Bowl predictions. So let's start with the AFC East. On the AFC side, my division winner, I'm picking the New York Jets to win the AFC East. I think Aaron Rodgers is plenty of healthy. I like them on offense. I think Garrett Wilson's a sneaky candidate for Offensive Player of the Year. Their defense is stout. I love what they did in the offseason. Give me the Jets to win the AFC East.
Yeah. I think it's just a little rich for the New York Jets. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to be the AFC East winner. I'm not going to pick against the just the functionality of the Buffalo Bills, that organization. Josh Allen, I think, is clearly the second best quarterback in the NFL. And I'm just going to take the competency of the Buffalo Bills over the loud offseason of the New York Jets.
That's fair enough. AFC North, give me the Ravens. I think them adding Derrick Henry is big. On the defensive side, what they did in the draft, I think they're just all in all the most complete team and consistent team that I could see. I think the Bengals have some question marks with Joe Burrow and his injury history. The Browns and Deshaun Watson, can we see Deshaun Watson and what we've seen from before? And then the Steelers and their whole quarterback situation. One of the most talented rosters we've seen on the defensive side, but we'll see what they can do at quarterback. I got the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. As much as I want to pick the Cincinnati Bengals, there's just something about the Cincinnati Bengals that reeks this year. Maybe it's the contract negotiations with Jamar Chase. Maybe it's the injury history now of Joe Burrow. But again, the competency of the Baltimore Ravens, I think Derrick Henry is going to fit in seamlessly, like you have mentioned as well. Rashad Bateman's get a lot of buzz out of camp. Zay Flowers' second year, and then Mark Andrews. It's a lot of weapons on that offense and a very, very stout defense.
Who you got for the AFC South?
AFC South is interesting. Houston Texans is probably the obvious choice, but I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh.
Shane Steichen, what he was doing last year with Gardner Minshew at quarterback, now you insert Anthony Richardson into that, an offense that was really moving, and he was kind of the secret sauce to the Philadelphia Eagles' success. Anthony Richardson is just a bigger, stronger, faster Jalen Hurts. Whether that translates, we don't know. I'm not saying he's going to be better. But if someone could get the best out of him, it's Shane Steichen, an offensive head coach. The defense is a little bit better. They added the kid from Texas. I like the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, you mean UCLA? What's who? Yeah, A.D. Mitchell. Mitchell.
Yeah, the wide receiver.
Let's do on the defensive side, too. I think he's going to have a hell of a year. I'm going to go chalk. I think the Texans, I think them adding more weapons, C.J. Stroud in year 2, getting more comfortable in the offense. I think a sneaky offseason signing, one of the bigger offseason signings that not a lot of people are talking about. Danielle Hunter on the defensive side, paired up with Will Anderson Jr., is going to be a great edge rushing duo. They got some good linebackers and a young secondary, too. I like how they added, I forget his name, but I think it's Lassiter, Kamari Lassiter, the DB out of Georgia, rookie. Look out for him, too. And then the cornerback. They have a really good cornerback, too, from
Derek
LSU.
Stingley.
Yep, Derek Stingley. Give me the Texans to win the AFC South. AFC West, I think we're pretty much on the same here, right?
I don't think we need to waste much time.
It's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, the Denver
AFC
Broncos. The Kansas City Chiefs, by what, 3 games? I don't think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
Every other team is still waiting to – 2 of them don't even have a quarterback. Bo Nix, we're not sure.
Yeah.
Aiden O'Connell, give me a break. Justin Herbert, I like the Chargers, but they're going to lose both games to the Chiefs. It's going to be a minimum 3 game. They'll have the division wrapped up in week 14.
Who do you think finishes second then? We should discuss.
Chargers?
I think so too.
I
think the Raiders, I expected Minshew to fit well with the Raiders, man, but from what I'm hearing, he's struggling in training camp. And what I saw from him last year in the Colts, I was a big fan of the signing. I kind of wanted to see them go in and get, a Michael Penix in the draft, but it's just puzzling to see that he's in a quarterback competition with O'Connell. I'm like, that's not good news to me.
My pick to be the worst team in the NFL is the Las Vegas Raiders. They're going to be the worst team in the NFL. The offense.
Devontae Adams gets traded.
I think Devontae Adams
midseason.
It's going to be tough. If there's someone who's going to get traded, it is Devontae Adams. But the worst team in the NFL this year will be the Las Vegas Raiders.
I feel bad for him, man. The Raiders are ruining.
I don't feel
Devontae's
bad
career.
for him. He could have stayed with the Packers. I don't feel bad for you. Listen, he got his money. Good for him. I don't feel bad for the guy because it didn't work out for him because he went with Derek Carr and now Aiden O'Connell. Their offensive line is fine. Their running game is Zamir White and nothing else. Their quarterback stinks. Their wide receivers, Jacoby Myers and then Devontae Adams, sure. We'll see what Michael Mayer and the other guy that they drafted this year. Brock Bowers. Their defense stinks. Their head coach stinks. Everything about that team, Antonio Pierce, Aiden O'Connell, and the incompetency of the Las Vegas Raiders, they will easily be the worst team in the NFL this year.
Paid Christian Wilkins a lot of money, too. That's another addition to look out for the Raiders. All right, NFC side. We'll start with the NFC East. I think we're both different on this. I'm going to start. I got the Eagles winning the NFC East. I just think what they did in the offseason, again, I think they had a fluke last year, but I expect them to bounce back. I just don't trust the Cowboys right now with the whole CeeDee Lamb stuff going on, drama, Dak Prescott drama, having Zeke as your running back on offense and kind of an older offensive line. I'm going to go with the Eagles to win.
I'm going to go back and forth on this 15 times before the season starts, but I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys. They have shown that they can consistently win the NFC East. Recently, of note, the Eagles, another report. Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni are not meshing well. They don't get along. I think that's a huge crack in the organization. We'll see what Kellen Moore does. We'll see what the defensive coordinator from Miami does. What was his name? The old Broncos head coach. Anyways. It doesn't really matter. Philadelphia Eagles, their defense should get better, but how much better, I'm not sure. Their defensive backs are not very good. So, no, I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys.
Vic Fangio,
that's what I'm going to say.
Vic Fangio. NFC North, who you got?
NFC North, this is kind of interesting.
Best division in football, I think.
Yeah. I hope you're saying that sarcastically.
Well, I think it's up there. They got a lot of depth. Those top three teams.
I think the AFC North is the best one. And I'm not going to take the Chicago Bears.
AFC North is good.
Anyways.
The AFC North is good.
Right. NFC North champions, give me the Green Bay Packers. I like Matt LaFleur, clearly just better than Matt Eberflus. I like Jordan Love right now over Caleb Williams. Anyone that says Caleb Williams right now is better than Jordan Love is just being ridiculous and is speaking in hyperbole. He could be, and maybe his trajectory is higher, but Jordan Love's just better right now. Again, the incompetency of the Chicago Bears, the competency of the Green Bay Packers. I'll take the Packers.
I'm going to go Lions. I like what they did in the offseason again, and Matt Campbell. If he can kind of reduce... Dan Campbell. I don't know why I said Matt Campbell from Iowa State, but Dan Campbell, if he can kind of reduce some of the aggression that we saw against the 49ers in that NFC Championship game, I like the Lions in the NFC North. NFC South, I'm going Falcons. I think what they did with Kirk Cousins, I like what they have on defense, and if they can just their weapons on the outside, I'm excited to see what Drake London can do, and Kyle Pitts, can he be that top 5 pick that he was a couple years ago? I like the Falcons.
I want to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I was close.
They have a lot of talent, but losing the OC to the Carolina Panthers is going to hurt them, and it's going to hurt Baker Mayfield. But they're still really talented. It just makes sense to take the Falcons. They won like 7 games last year with Desmond Ridder, who sucks at football, I might add. I've seen him every day. He's not good at football. Anyways, the Falcons, yes. Kirk Cousins. I think the number 1 pick in your fantasy football draft this year should be Bijan Robinson. Should be Bijan Robinson.
Christian McCaffrey, though.
Yeah,
All right, who you got winning the NFC West?
NFC West, the Arizona Cardinals are going... No. I'll say, unfortunately, the San Francisco 49ers should still win it.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably by a few games. The Rams, the loss of Aaron Donald is huge. The Seattle Seahawks gave me a break. They still don't have a quarterback, and Geno Smith has literally been injured in training camp. The Cardinals, although I won't completely write it out, there's like a 2% chance they could win the division. I do think they are second. I think the Rams are due for a much of a regression of a year, especially just losing Aaron Donald is so big. But yes, the NFC West will go to the San Francisco 49ers.
I agree. I'm going to go 49ers. I think the Rams finish second. I think the Rams, again, another sneaky offseason, a lot of young players. I think they got tremendous upside. But the 49ers, like you mentioned, they're just too damn good. All right, let's get into our Super Bowl prediction real quick, and then we'll go into MVP. No, we're going over a little bit, but it's all good. My Super Bowl prediction, I got the Chiefs winning the AFC. I got the Lions winning the NFC. And I got a three-peat. I got the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I hate to say it, folks, but until I see any type of fracture in this organization, any type of adversity or whatever, this team wins in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes, the greatest quarterback of all time. If he can win another Super Bowl and go three-peats, I like the Chiefs.
I like a big season from Jordan Love, who I've been a huge proponent of on the Green Bay Packers. Matt LaFleur is probably the most underrated wide receiver, probably the most underrated head coach in the NFL. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers coming out of a rough and tough NFC, should have made it to the NFC Conference Championship game last year, choked that game away to the 49ers. And on the AFC, it's just, I love the Chiefs, right? And I think the Chiefs are amazing. It's just hard to continue to win. I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens. I think this is the year the Baltimore Ravens finally break through and win the Super Bowl. That is a team that I will take to beat the Green Bay Packers, and Lamar Jackson gets his first Super Bowl win and literally finally cements himself in football history with 2 MVPs and a Super Bowl ring.
Ravens, Packers, Chiefs, Lions. My MVP, I got C.J. Stroud as my MVP.
MVP.
For the Texans. That's my MVPs, plus 1,000. I think the Texans around 2-3 seed, just kind of how Lamar was last year. I think he throws it all over the yard, and I think he leads the league in close. Tua's going to throw it for a ton with the Dolphins. I think he's up there. I got C.J. Stroud as my MVP.
Yeah, we'll speed run this one. Josh Allen will be my MVP because I think he's a life preserver for the Buffalo Bills. He's going to be asked to do everything, still win that division, and people are going to see that he should be the MVP.